Hi everyone, just back from a 3-mile run. I don't know if you can see that, but putting it up real close. And it is, as I record this, a very warm, hot summer day. August to be specific, race brain. And just want to have a little chat about where you can run and how do you run when it is so hot in Florida this time of year. But I've been doing it for many years, and as if you've watched any of my videos, one of my mantras is I would take a Florida summer over a St. Louis summer where I was born and raised any day of the year. Truly, I mean, now just like this incredible breeze, and it is, if you can also see, 10:30 in the morning when, you know, a lot of people are already they've already done their work. And of course, this is a very dog-friendly park. I'm at Nathan Benderson Park, which is kind of iconic in the Sarasota area. Nathan Benderson is one of the, maybe the largest commercial developer here, and he developed UTC, University Town Center Mall, which is beyond the observation tower there. And part of his deal with the powers that be is that he developed a park, and it has this amazing lake which has become the source of many international rowing competitions. I do a lot of 5Ks here because the distance all around this park is 4 miles, so plenty of space to get in a 5K, and it's just a perfect venue for so many things. But as you can see, there's this incredible breeze blowing, and this morning I headed out to the beach thinking, okay, I really do like to do beach runs, but as you can see, there was kind of, it's gotten actually not as dark as it was. Well, I guess if you can see a little bit between the trees, it was really dark and ominous. So I set out for the beach and then turned around and decided, nah, I'll just head to Nathan Benderson. And I'm putting my phone, because I'm walking over this, well, I've already done the run, but walking over the bridge, and I thought I'll just put this down and chat for a little bit, because I've got these wireless earbuds in. And I use these to run all the time. It's a complete distraction, and you have to be careful of your surroundings, of course, but this is just a very runner-friendly and bike-friendly park. They actually have, all right, now that I've recovered a little bit, I'll take you to the pinnacle of the bridge where you can kind of see how it's set up. They actually have 3 different paths, and 2 of them are for runners and bikers, and I think they've really tried to establish one lane as a biking lane, and I think we can get a view of it here. Let's see if we can kind of poke a hole through there. All right, so that is the running lane there. It's got, we'll come over the bridge so you can actually get a better view of it, but it's got arrows, so that really keeps the direction. And what I'm walking on is generally what the path that runners run on, or as I started out this morning, because my legs were feeling a little cranky, they have a crushed shell path here, which if you can run on one of these, that is truly the most ideal path, because it's, you know, concrete, asphalt is a 100-year-old invention, not really designed for the human skeleton. So people wonder, well, why do you get overuse injuries? That's why. So this crushed shell path is really ideal if you can do it. All right, so as you can see, there are arrows on this path as well, so that's good for bikers if they choose to run on that one, or the one that's really closer to the water down there is also quite a good way to do it. And of course they have poop bags and stations if you want to bring your dog, and a lot of people do. So as you can also see in the background, maybe you can't, and I don't think you can hear because I have noise canceling earbuds on, that is Interstate 75, arguably the busiest, or compared to 95 on the east side of Florida. 75 parallels the west coast of Florida, and arguably the busiest interstate in the country. Why would you build a park next to an interstate? A, it's going to be cheaper, of course, but also it's just a very central place. Lakewood Ranch is over on the other side of 75, and one of the largest, often most talked about planned mixed-use development communities in the U.S., so a lot of families live there, so much to do. And they have a couple of downtown centers, town centers they call them, and just a lot of restaurants and fun things. And then, of course, on the other side of the track on 75, where I live, just really beyond those trees, it is really beautiful and very close, 15 minutes from downtown Sarasota. So it's just one of many, many reasons I love Sarasota, and just so happy to be here. But even on a morning like today, looking at these clouds, I was starting to tell you about how dark and ominous they looked when I woke up. So today is, I think, going to be one of those days where we get a dry cold front. And as a former newscaster slash weathercaster, because sometimes I oftentimes have to report the weather, you can just see these dark clouds coming in, and it looks like it's going to storm and rain. And then all of a sudden the temperature just drops and the wind picks up, as it did this morning. And at 10:30 in the morning, it's perfectly fine to go for a run. And the humidity is a little up there, but in the past week we've had a lot of storms, thunderstorms and lightning, and I have been able to still run, but not happily when the conditions are like that. But now you can, I think, see how dark and ominous it looks back there. But I really don't think we're going to get any rain, or if we do, it's going to be very brief. So you wouldn't think a cold front or cool front would be hitting Florida this time of year, especially as we are approaching Labor Day, which is one of the most popular, if not the most popular, time of year for hurricanes to hit. But the weather is what the weather is, and has its own mind up and does what it's going to do. Consider how much humans contribute to it. So who knows what we will get. So there are also big power lines here. Another reason this land was ideal for development. And the lake is artificial. I know people who were here when they saw it getting put in, and it was apparently quite something to see this big hole in the ground gradually fill up with water. So just walking along my little recovery walk, and I have re-upped my certification, my personal training certification. So if you need help getting your training program off the ground or a little motivation, don't be afraid to ask. And also, real estate is getting crazy again, so I'm still doing that. If I can help you find a place that gives you all the things you want, and the community activities and people to connect with. More importantly, this is just a great area, and as you can see, bikers take advantage of it. And they've done a pretty good job of keeping the landscape the way it was before the natural foliage. So it's just a very fun place to have a lot of different activities, and the observation tower there full of media when national and international, both rowing and triathlon events occur here. All right, everyone, gotta go cool down. Let me know if I can help you, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Gotta run.